Good Sunday morning, Western Washington and Seattle. It is a chilly day. It's been a chilly weekend, really, and this morning we're seeing some rain showers mixing in with a little bit of snow at times. Just hard to believe that we're in the first weekend of April and we're kind of stuck in this chilly, wet, active weather pattern. But at this point, we will take it. Before you know it, it's going to dry out. It's going to be warm, so any moisture this time of the year is definitely a blessing before we get into those drier, warmer months. So we have this big, cold area of low pressure that's moving over the state today. That's what impacted the weather yesterday, and that's what's going to impact that weather today as well. We're going to see that area of low pressure continue to work its way over the state, and that's going to just allow for temps to be a little bit cooler than yesterday. Hard to believe because yesterday was cool, but it's going to keep those temps a little bit cooler, and it's going to create that active weather pattern, allowing for, at times, showers that could mix in with a little bit of snow, especially above 500 feet. It's also going to eventually create a chance for some isolated thunderstorms later on this afternoon, very similar to what we saw yesterday when we had those showers and storms kind of pop up, especially in that convergence zone area in parts of Snohomish County. It didn't really get down into much of King County yesterday, but I think that changes a little bit on later today as that convergence zone does shift just a little bit farther south. So we do have that potential to see some isolated thunderstorms later on this afternoon, and because of that, the Storm Prediction Center has actually issued a thunderstorm risk area for all of Western Washington in that greenish, yellowish shaded color. That's where there's that potential for thunderstorms. So all of the King 5 viewing area is included with that. Nothing severe, but any storm that develops could produce some brief heavy rainfall. With the cold temps around, it could kind of pull down that snow level and allow for a little bit of a rain-snow mixture. No accumulations expected, lightning, and then that potential for some small hail with those strongest thunderstorms this afternoon. Just an important reminder, if you do see lightning or you hear thunder, you want to move indoors until those thunderstorms pass. I know we all know that, but just an important reminder that we are getting into that time of the year when we do have that potential for isolated storms. So you'll want to make sure you move indoors if those storms approach. I know a lot of folks are going to go out to the game today. Their kiddos have baseball, softball practice. So just an important reminder to move indoors if storms approach. Here's a look at those high temps today. So we should be in the mid to upper 50s for highs, but we're going to stay in the mid 40s for most areas for the Northwest interior. Afternoon storms are possible after some morning showers. Sunbreaks are also expected as well. So it's not going to be a washout all day. We hit 47 in Seattle this afternoon. The average high is 57, so 10 degrees below average. A few morning showers in Seattle with rain-snow mixture, a little bit higher up into some of those foothill areas in King and Snohomish County. Will transition into afternoon sunbreaks with isolated thunderstorms. 48 is that high expected in Bellevue as well as Renton. We're going to see temps also in the mid to upper 40s for southern parts of Puget Sound. A little bit of a rain-snow mixture this morning in parts of Mason and Thurston counties. That'll transition into spot showers and isolated storms with, again, some sunbreaks by this afternoon. And then we also see the temps in the 40s out along the coast with isolated showers, even an isolated thunderstorm possible. Out east, central and eastern Washington, highs are going to be largely in the 40s. Can't rule out 50 for the Tri-Cities and OMAC, 54 there in the Tri-Cities. Now we have a big warming trend we're going to talk about here in a few minutes, but the Tri-Cities will likely climb into the 70s next weekend and that following weekend. We're going to see our fair share of warm weather too. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but I want to show you future radar. So this is just a little bit of a closer look at the isolated showers and storms that could develop this afternoon. Anywhere has a fair chance to see those showers and storms, especially if you notice a couple sunbreaks outside. Your area would be at an increased risk for some additional shower activity that could bubble up just enough to allow for those isolated storms. So very spotty in nature this afternoon, but we do have that thunderstorm potential, especially in the convergent zone areas in King and Snohomish County. I think that's where we're going to see that convergent zone start to set up again, and it could eventually try to sneak its way into parts of Skagit County as well. and then some hit or miss snow showers continuing for the central and southern Washington Cascades today, where an additional few inches of snow are expected. Winter storm warning continues for the Cascades until 5 p.m. today for Stevens Pass and Snoqualmie Pass, so check the pass conditions before you venture out over the mountains. We'll see a few morning rain and snow showers tomorrow, could even be close to the Seattle Everett area. We'll keep a really close eye on that. No accumulations are expected, but with that cold air in place, snow levels are low, so there's that potential to see that rain-snow mixture tomorrow morning, very spotty in nature, and that'll continue at times throughout the afternoon tomorrow. But again, there will be quite a bit of sun breaks as well as a higher area of pressure starts to build over the region. Now, if you're going out to the game today, first pitch 1:10. Now, yesterday, I'm just going to let y'all know that I thought it would be a closed roof yesterday. That was not the case. We saw that convergence zone just north of Seattle, so it was an open roof yesterday. Love to be wrong in a positive way, so there was an open roof for the game. Today, I think it's going to be dry at first pitch, but I want to say the roof's going to be closed, but we'll see what happens. But I think it will be dry at first pitch. It's going to be cool, 43 degrees with a few sun breaks, but there is a very small chance for a couple showers at that first pitch. I will say the rain chances increase a little bit later in the game towards the 9th inning and thereafter. So eventually increased rain chances, as it looks like that convergence zone will start to build over Seattle and parts of King County, and those temps gradually climb into the mid to upper 40s toward the end of the game. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope it just stays partly sunny throughout the entire game, and it's an open roof for all my M's fans that are heading out there to the game, and I'm hoping that we get a win as well. Now, this right here is the best news. We have a big warm-up on the way. So my spring weather lovers, you're going to like the forecast we have on the way. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, good news is we need all the moisture. We'll take it right now, so just embrace the moisture. It is definitely a gift, a blessing, because we do get into a drier, warmer weather pattern starting around midweek and really thereafter, so late this upcoming week into next weekend. And that following week, it looks like we get well into the 60s. I can't even rule out some areas getting into the lower 70s come Sunday and Monday. Now, this is far out. There can be some changes, so this could change. Keep that in mind. This is beyond that 7-day forecast scope, so the confidence is a little bit lower, and that means that there's that potential for some fluctuations up or down in those temps. But right now I have temps getting up to 66 on Sunday, 69 that following Monday, and then 68 on that Tuesday. So that's when there's that window for some of the foothill areas to potentially, and some of the warmer areas to get into the lower 70s. Normal high is 57, so we are going to get above average with a pretty nice area of high pressure building overhead. We will take that. Here is a look at that 7-day forecast. We have a few sun breaks today, some thunder, kind of a hodgepodge day of a little bit of everything. We're back into the 50s tomorrow. We're back to 55, mid-50s on Wednesday, near 60 Friday, and again 62 for your Saturday.